Anime. Something I practically live for. My favorite? Hetalia! More specific, Hetalia Axis Powers. My favorite character? Canada. He's adorable, and seemingly so innocent and sweet. You would think he would never hurt anyone. Or, at least, that's what I had always thought. About 2 weeks ago, I was derping around the internet, as I always did. It was 2:34 a.m., and I couldn't sleep, so I decided to watch some Hetalia. I saw there was a new episode that had just been released a little over an hour ago. I found it strange because usually I would have been notified when a new episode came out, but I didn't really think much of it. Probably just a glitch. I clicked on the video and it took me to the episode. The thumbnail was Canada. I got excited. The title was titled Remember My Name Now? I blinked a few times. That was a really strange name for a Hetalia episode. I clicked play. The usual dramatic intro played first, instead of the quick clip playing first. Once the intro ended, the screen went black for a moment. Then the camera focused in on Canada, who was holding Komajiro. I got excited again. They were in a meeting, but the strange thing was, only Canada, England, America, and France were there. Family meeting, maybe? Probably America finally confessing his love for England. I giggled lightly at my own thoughts and continued watching. There's 2 Americas! England scratched his head. No, silly, that is America and that is Canada, France said. I remember since Canada as my gorgeous hair. He flipped his hair in a flirtatious manner. A big irk mark appeared on Canada's head, which was really unusual for him. He slowly rose up from the table where they all were sitting, the rest of them looking at him. Why can't you ever remember who I am? Canada growled. Komajiro looked up and blinked. Who are you? A demonic aura came from Canada, which was also extremely unusual. I smiled. This must be the episode where Canada finally tells him off. I got really excited then. Canada reached into his pocket, revealing a large knife. England, America, and France all looked terrified. This episode was so strange, nothing like the rest of them. I didn't want to watch any more of it. I paused it and clicked X on the browser, but it popped back up at exactly the same time I had paused it. I continuously pressed X and the same thing happened over and over again. I finally gave up and hesitantly pressed play again. It began playing as it was before, Canada holding the large knife. The video began staticky. It got very blurry and began fading out and having rather faint audio. I could hardly make out the words anyone was saying anymore. I heard 2 words, remember and kill. The video slowly faded to black, as if it were over. Just as I was about to close the tab, the video popped back up. My eyes widened. It was no longer blurry or staticky at all. America, England, and France were all on the floor, dead. The entire room was splattered in blood. Komajiro sat on the table, also covered in blood, but he was alive. Canada stood over them, panting and holding the bloody knife in his hand. He dropped the knife and turned to Komajiro. Do you know who I am? He asked him in his normal shy and quiet tone of voice. Komajiro nodded. You are Canada! Canada smiled adorably and picked Komajiro up. Let's get you a bath, then I'll take one. Komajiro nodded. Canada suddenly gazed into the camera, looking so cute I almost squealed, though I was terribly disturbed. Now do you remember my name, bitch? He said, as the camera faded out and the normal credits played. I slowly pressed X on the browser. It closed right away. I looked at my desktop wallpaper. It was a cute picture of Canada and Komajiro eating pancakes. I didn't know what to think of that, whether it to be disturbed or not. I opened Google and did research on the episode. There were no results. I checked everywhere. I just could not find any articles or pictures on it. Maybe it was too early. I left it alone. I closed out my browser again. The wallpaper had changed. The picture was me, looking as I did that very moment, except there was a knife through my neck, and at the bottom, in capital white letters, it said, Now do you remember my name, bitch?